Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us we have the Sangean MMR-99 and I'll perform an evening medium wave band scan. First we'll go over features, second I'll do a size comparison, and third I'll start cruising the evening band. So here it is, this Sangean MMR-99. Now it came out retailing for $149, but recently the price has dropped down to as low as $89. Though I've seen it fluctuating between $90 to $110. So when it's around the $90 territory, it's a pretty decent bargain and may be worth picking up. So let's check it out. Feature-wise, it's got 3 lights here. We got a red, a main beam, and a low beam. Pretty awesome. We got switches up here to operate the lights. So you just press this one. It changes between the 3. And of course, you have modes. So let's go to the middle one. And if you hit the mode button here, you can change it to high beam, low beam, SOS flasher, and normal flasher. And it's the same on any of the 3 you picked. Pretty cool. All right. And then we also have a weather alert dedicated button there. Pretty neat. Press and hold. And then this radio goes into, oops, siren. Okay. Press and hold. It should come up with alert on your LCD display showing you now it's searching the bands for alert tone. If one does happen, siren will go off and alert you to an emergency, be it weather or public. So very cool. Press and hold to turn that option off because it does use the battery up. Nice. And then you heard the little siren. Single press once. It flashes these 2 lights. The speaker gets louder and louder. Starts off real quiet and it'll get loud. Kind of interesting. Okay, you get the idea. Awesome. So you saw the switches up there. You got the 3. Got a solar panel. Nice. Got these 2 mounting lugs. It comes with a nice carry strap. I just don't have it installed. It gets in the way right now while I'm showing you on the table. Really cool speaker. Now, when they built this radio, they built it for like large and in charge. This thing is big. When I do a size comparison, you're going to get an idea just how big this thing really is. It's a beast of a radio. Reminds me, I think, of the larger, I don't know, is it the Midland out there? The 310, I want to say. I can't remember I'll put the information there, what I'm thinking, the radio. Yeah, I reviewed that one, and it's a beast. It reminds me of that radio. But the speaker's 2¼ inches and sounds fantastic. It's really all about entertainment at the campsite because you got Bluetooth, and this thing just hammers. It sounds really good. As you can see, it's rugged design. On the bottom here, it's got some information, some bands, AM, FM, weather, inputs. The rechargeable battery is internal, unfortunately. There's a video showing a guy replacing it, but it's a lot of work. So you end up probably have to send it in to get it replaced. Because I think they wanted to go with the IP55 water resistance, as you can see there. So it's this one caveat about this radio that bugs me a little bit. Because when you compare it to the CC Radio Solar, it's a whole different world. So let's go. We get the LCD display showing our clock. It's 11:19 Central Daylight Time near Chicago, Illinois. So we're starting out in the evening. There's a little flashlight that says auto. I believe when the weather alert goes off, the lights automatically come on and stay on. It's kind of a nice feature. We got a lot of buttons here, tuning up and down, volume up and down, power with a sleep function. We got a band select with a lock function. We have a menu for a lot of menu choices. There's a AM bandwidth, so there's a narrow filter, a wide filter, and a normal filter. You'll find yourself using normal the most. The only time I'll jump in to go to narrow is if I'm trying to DX something, because you have to menu dive to get to those bandwidth settings, which is I'm not a fan of. Alarm sets, page button. You have 4 pages, 5 presets each, so you get 20 presets on AM and 20 presets on FM. Pretty nice. Okay, so and you got a seek button, so you can seek stations just by tapping that instead of going up and down. Just tap that button. And of course, it's an enter button when you're doing menu choices. Down here, we have a Bluetooth sync, and of course, your controls for Bluetooth and your presets. Going to the right-hand side of the radio, we got 4 little rubber doors here that open up. Here we have a Type-C input for charging the radio, 5 volts, 2¼ amps in, or 2.4 amps in. DC output, 5 volts, 1 amp. Don't use that too often because the battery isn't gigantic in this radio. Auxiliary in, takes a stereo in input. Nice. And headphones, FM stereo output. Beautiful. Loving that. So, and then I'll show you the top. The whip antenna here is a 25-inch. Nice. Got great reception. Our dynamo crank. And of course, like this bass area here for bass reflex. It's really nice. So it rocks. Sounds good. Size comparison real quick. Then we'll start cruising the evening band. CC Pocket is an AM, FM weather alert radio as well. But it is dinky compared to the beast. Look at that. What in the heck is going on here? Yeah. Or you could upgrade. Go to a CC Skywave. And you get yourself AM, FM weather airband shortwave radio. Got weather alert 2. Takes 2 AA batteries. It'll run about 70 hours. Nice. Now the MMR-99 will run about 24 hours on a full charge. So maybe this C crane is a better alternative. It doesn't have the water resistance though as that does. It doesn't have the speaker either. This thing just jams. So there it is, size comparison. Oh, what? I almost forgot. If you don't have those 2 radios, the deck of cards here, Iron Man, our master man, with the master plan. He can do it like no one can. He loves Sangeans in each hand. He's Iron Man. Sing it with me now. Iron Man. He's the master man. He loves Sangeans in each hand. I don't know. I'm just making it up as I go, man. Oh, Iron Man. I'm serious. God dang. Get into focus. There you go. All right, cool. It leans a little bit here because of the dynamo crank, so it's no big deal. There's a backlight on the LCD, which I turned off, but it can be turned on as well. But for the video, I can see it easy here by leaving it off. So we're going to go ahead and turn the radio on.
Here is the nearshore marine forecast for waters within 5.
So it starts on the weather band because I was playing with the alert. So if you play with the alert, automatically goes to this. So that's cool. We get to see the weather band. Yeah, signal strength indicator, battery life indicator. Clock comes up after 10 seconds, which is annoying. So you have to hit this button, info, to see your frequency and channel. Bluetooth. Now over here, I forgot to mention, there's 3 LEDs. So you got a blue one when you're trying to negotiate Bluetooth, and green when you're charging. And then when you get a weather alert, I believe there's probably a red LED in the middle. If there's a weather alert coming through, they'll start flashing along with the side lights. So kind of neat to know. Let's change to there's auxiliary in, FM, and AM. There we are. Cool. Starting the AM band. Rockin. 2 pounds of rockin'. Yeah, it weighs 2 pounds. Amazing. Okay. Let's tune. During the day, it's very sensitive and selective. Very impressed. See if I can pick up anything.
Under 21, age gating is extremely successful at blocking youth from getting access to content.
So here's 540 WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin, 70 miles to the north, 400 watts at night.
That really troublesome is having control over their algorithm.
Can you say more about that for people who might don't know what that means?
Sure.
Do you want to know the bandwidth?
Instagram and TikTok are very algorithm driven, and that means that the platform itself is paying attention to what you search and what you look at, so that it can deliver similar content to you. Now, this was designed to keep you happy, to keep you looking at that content. Chances are, if you like kitty videos on Monday, you're probably still going to like cute kitty videos on Friday. But what seems to spread is as they grow and as they change and their interests change, the algorithm doesn't grow with them. Or if they have a really bad period where they are, really down and they're looking at more kind of down content, that content will follow them forever. So finding a way to do an algorithm reset or giving teams more power over their algorithm, I think would go.
Okay, so you get the idea.
Slightly different, but your best stuff still works. When I go to New York, I drag whoever I'm with into a comedy club in New York at like midnight.
550 should be KTRS, St. Louis, Missouri. Coming in strong, 275 miles, 5,000 watts. Beautiful.
On the track in the afternoon, running races. I mean, it's just hard work. It's pretty fun, yeah.
Millions of dollars flowing from foreign entities It was Joe Biden's.
I just noticed it had loudness too. I turned the loudness off. It's just too much bass, especially for AM. 560 to WIND, Chicago, local.
I come back to the fundamental question: what did they do? What were they do? What warranted them getting this money?
Yeah, there's our local time again. I did say Chicago, Illinois, USA. I hope that's where I'm located.
None of that ever seems to happen. So what were they getting the money for?
Interesting. Picking up a station this direction on 580 now. The Turk Advantage did real well during the day. This passive loop. We'll bring it in so we can clarify the signal.
Talking about the alert customer coming from American area on Tuesday.
Yeah, well, one of the elements to this story Monday, which may be one of contributing to the quality of mobile internet across Pakistan.
I don't know what that is. You guys know, let me know. That's Traverse City, Michigan. Not. This could be Urbana. NPR station down south, about 150 miles. Possibly. Shouldn't be, though. 590 WKZO, Kalamazoo, Michigan. Go a little quicker here. KCSB, Kansas City, Missouri, 400 miles, 5,000 watts. Volume warning. You'll get that once every 12 hours, they say. Why they put that in there, I don't know. It's not a big deal.
But for tax refund and Social Security fraud, medical ID theft, criminal acts, and even
620 WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 52 miles to the north, 10,000 watts. Of course, the internal antenna is horizontally mounted, and it works both directions. So you'll pick up stations to the north and south. Turn it here, station kind of goes away.
That's why the only plan I have ever recommended is through Xander Insurance.
The idea? Okay, so there's I think two stations there, KAYFI and CFCO. One's Chatham, Ontario, 310 miles, 6,000 watts, and one is St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles, 5,000 watts. One's religious programming and one is country music. CFCO. KYFI. Nice.
Official presidential campaign later this month in North Charleston.
Our current border under the current administration is insecure, unsafe,
WMFN 640, Peatone, Illinois, 75 miles away, 1,600 watts. Sometimes I can pick up Ohio or Iowa, WOI. Just a hint of it here. .650, Nashville, Tennessee. Nice. WSM, classic. The only thing I wish this had was 1 kilohertz tuning, which it does not, unfortunately.
Not to say goodbye, but not paying him what he feels that he is worth. And so, yeah, I've always...
And of course, if you notice the characters, it does have RDS on FM. I forgot to mention that. That's what the info button's for, too. It'll show your song information and stuff.
To his press conference tonight where he talks about our intentions were good.
Our intentions were good.
670, the score, WSCR, Chicago, home of the Cubs.
He really doesn't get it. And I think he is he's getting some hard
On ESPN TV and you're on ESPN Radio. Stanley Cup playoffs tonight. They have gone final in Seattle. Dallas Stars 4 goals in the second period. Beat the Kraken 6-3, even the series.
CKGM, 690, Montreal, Quebec, 763 miles. Nice.
27, Judge Oka 3, 2 RBIs, Yankees.
Several hours Tuesday, leaving one person dead, as witnesses say the driver crossed.
Here's WLW 700, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
Truck catching on fire. Police have yet to release any details of what led up to the crash.
Hint of New York. WOR.
Now at the lakefront, I'm David Jennings on Chicago's very own 720 WGN and WGNradio.com.
There you go. Nice bassy tone. WGN 720, local Chicago, strongest station nearby.
And your hectic pace. If you listen carefully, you can hear it. With Majestic Walk.
Music there, 740, Zoomer Radio, CFZM, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles to the northeast.
If it's raining and you find yourself
So 750.
about your roof,
It's WSB, Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles.
fixing leaks, solving your difficult
Southeast.
issues with bumper-to-bumper warranted systems. That's Bell Roofing.
Injured in auto accidents. We care more, so you win more. Maybe that's why Michigan Lawyers Weekly News.
WJR 760, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles east.
For a free consultation. That's autolaw.com. I'm Martin Hope, the inventor of Navage Native.
Just picking up a hint of 770. It's coming in pretty weak. WABC. I don't think the loop will help. We can try to take advantage here. Again, during the day, it excels. There you go. It sounds like it's coming in better. You can just make it out. I just don't feel like menu diving for that narrow bandwidth. You know, hit the menu. So we'll do it again. Menu. Here we go. Oh, soft mute's off. That's good. That's what we want. So we have to go to the bandwidth. Enter. There. So that gives you an idea. It's just kind of annoying. So I'm not going to do that every day.
Did 3 years later and was sentenced to life. The two witnesses.
780 WBBM Chicago. Old time radio, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. Monday through Friday. If you can tune it in, it's awesome.
Up for 24 years. He was awarded about $225,000 in compensation. Now he is seeking damages. Mike Krauser, 105.9 WBBM.
Did you know you can listen?
Okay, we got a hint of CKLW, Windsor, Ontario, 270 miles. Sounds like a little hint of WGY, Albany, New York, 740 miles.
Louisville, take your pick. Or African-American man in Atlanta with a handgun. Just doesn't make this war-torn.
Okay, so I think this 820 is, yeah, we're getting two stations. WBAP, Fort Worth, Texas this way, 810 miles. And then I got local station WCPT, 820 this way. We're picking up.
for our alleged white supremacists?
Absolutely. First of all, thank you for having me on your show again. The crisis is incredible.
So, left-wing station, right-wing station.
In the course of the last
our terrorist right, or the, whatever. We don't focus on it.
Interesting.
The interest on the debt will continue to eat into the budget, so that therefore all the...
Here's WCCO, Minneapolis, Minnesota on 830, 310 miles to the west.
Actually, I don't think both sides have, which is a key part of
COVID.
Yeah,
it's kind of a deja vu type feeling, kind of a.
Here's 840 WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky, about 300 miles south-southeast, and they got Ground Zero and Coast to Coast.
And it's already been played before.
Yeah, well, seems like I've talked.
3-1 lead in this series. They scored 4 goals on 6 shots in 5 minutes and 20 seconds of the second period. Barbecue hockey 6.
Early on, the Jersey scores right off the bat. They're on 1-0, absolutely. And Banachek has 3 great saves.
So here's 850 KOA, Denver, Colorado, 890 miles.
He's standing on his head doing cartwheels in the cage. Here we go. No.
Vidéo, c'est ça?
Oui, Robert m'a ouvert les portes de la coop vidéo. C'est drôle parce que...
CJBC, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles.
Quelques années que je faisais du cinéma. Puis j'ai commencé à faire...
Nice, easy to listen to tone, too. I like it.
Je faisais du faux documentaire. À l'époque, c'est un ami, je travaillais...
Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, front lids, license plate holders.
So we're just picking up WWL, New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles to the south.
Get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know.
So our New York stations, or East Coast stations, are coming in kind of weak. They were coming in strong last night, which is nice. If you wait a little bit, come back to it. Here, we'll set it for 5. Preset 5. There we go. We'll come back to it. Just keep tuning.
Something we can sustain. Does anybody want to spend...
Here's WLS, Chicago.
...in our own national defense, which is where we're headed in 3 years if we don't...
Gonna go a little quicker.
The provincial restriction doesn't stop someone from importing things from another province and selling them, informally off the back of a truck or something.
I wonder, could be CHML, Hamilton, Ontario, 430 miles? I haven't heard that in a while, though.
The Braves don't score first. They're 23-4.
The music comes in great at night at WFAW, Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. It's a cool station that I'm picking up lately at night. It's Rockin. Couple mixing stations, WWJ 950, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles. Beautiful. That's Madison usually.
Today, most of our clothes are knitted, not woven. Why is that?
That is really a new phenomenon, and there are at least two reasons. One is
CBW, Winnipeg, Manitoba, 675 miles. Nice.
Move with us, and knitting is intrinsic.
39th career leadoff home run. AM 570 LA Sports with the call of Los Angeles Dodgers.
MVP, Chicago's ESPN station, local. WMVP. Trying to get the call letters right. I hate when it goes back to that clock. It's annoying.
And then Eric Lau showed up and they said, I think we'll be able to fix that. And boy, did they tonight. Freddie, the reason that...
That's...
driving is girls driving.
Is this for music? There's music on 1010. Not sure where that's coming from. North Carolina?
We're not negotiating on this. We've been
Or adjacent channel. Maybe it's coming from 1020. This is coming in clear. KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And avoid a catastrophic and dangerous default. That's
450 miles.
a partisan position.
I think we should pay the bills and then negotiate. Well, there is no plan B.
Sports Now on WBZ News Radio.
Celtics fall to the Sixers, 115-103, and now have their back.
WBZ always comes in clear. Boston, Massachusetts, 880 miles. It's not far from New York City, so hopefully you can get New York.
Under 40% in this one game.
Shows you how much better their setup is over at WBZ for broadcasting to the Midwest.
Press conferences yesterday, head coach Jim Montgomery says they have to text respond to 39747.
WHO, Des Moines, Iowa. I'm going to go really quick now.
And I mean a huge property damage and operational activity on 676 northbound at exit 5.
KYW, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles.
Taking out the left.
This thing's doing good. You get a basic idea. In the evening, most radios wake up. This one does real well.
My life as a young child.
Selectivity is amazing. 1100 TAM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles.
No, but relaying information about death.
Home of the largest model train layout in St. Louis, and the first Sunday of every month.
Dude, I'm there. Model trains, yeah. Oh no, I'm not really a fan, but people are though. It's cool. KMOX, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles. My dad was loved to build models, static models.
I'd like to meet you at Midwest Money. You'll be happy you did. A lot of new enrollments, huh?
Bloomberg Radio sometimes I pick up.
Well, I'm assuming that it was something that was going to happen.
WRVA, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles.
I guess, authenticated what happened.
That's it. Let there be light, verse 14. Let there be light. Often called luminaries.
Local.
They would love to take people like me out, or you.
WHAN,
Thank God they can't.
Rochester, New York, 545 miles.
Down and stopping businesses and shutting down speeches by people like you.
WRTO, Chicago.
That's just about a month. Him and the Democrats returned. Now, let's continue our
part of the quantum
Wanda. She's in hospital.
Two mixing stations. I believe one of them is WPHT, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
You're on with Rich.
All the preaching in the world, I ain't got to help them. They're watching mom and dad. There are some people in the Church of Jesus Christ, unfortunately.
I don't know. If I figure it out, I'll put it here. I'm not sure if it's what's printed here, so we'll keep going.
And they open it, and they say, well...
Now I'm going to go up to 1530, up to the 1500s. You'll find a ton of stuff during this section of the band. So I'm just going to go all the way up here since we're running out of time. 1530.
And the largest global clinical trial for kids with blood cancer.
So we got WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio. Beautiful. Usually comes in pretty good.
It'll be the biggest medical advancement for little patients.
Terrific environment to take your family.
KXCL, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles.
In and outside of town, Cape Cod to the south.
Music here could be WDLR, Delaware, Ohio, 305 miles. I think. I could be wrong. Let's go 1610. CHHA, Toronto, Ontario.
$50,000 term life insurance policy without a medical exam. All I had to do.
KCNZ, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles. Go top of the band.
Magnificent. And the Denver Nuggets have reclaimed control of the series and will have a chance to turn out the lights.
Here we are, KBGG, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles. Sometimes I'll get some music, which is KKLF, Richardson, Texas, 790 miles.
And 4 games.
Cool, so let's go back here
Now that's what I was wishing,
to New York.
I like seeing
For set 5, I think. Here we go. So I can barely pick them up, but there's an ad playing on 880 New York. WCBS. Nice. Okay, I think we're done. To give you an idea. Just sometimes New York stations come in super clear, sometimes they don't. So tap power off. Beautiful. Yeah. So no, this radio offers quite a bit to the user. The only thing it doesn't offer you is the way to take the battery out and change it. So if the internal battery goes dead, you're kind of out of luck. There's no way to power the radio. So unfortunately, in an emergency radio, you probably wouldn't want this as an emergency radio. You'd want the CC Radio Solar. That's a better option for an emergency use because it has a dry battery bay accessible where you can put AA's in it real quick if the rechargeable battery went dead. Also on the CC Radio Solar, the 18650 is easily changed. You open the battery door and pop it out and put a new one in. So yeah, that's one thing I think this MMR-99 they just kind of messed up on is why they didn't make an easy access door, because there's so many emergency radios you can get out there that have that ability. Like, look at this little tiny, cheap Hangrangda HRD 900. It's a digital AM/FM shortwave. There's no weather alert, but it's still an emergency radio, has dynamo crank, solar panel. And the beautiful thing about this is you can actually open this up and get to your battery. There's your 18650. Done. And I could put a higher capacity. I can go up to, 3500 if I want. So yeah, a thing of beauty. Now, why couldn't they do that with this radio, which is by and large a fat monster compared to what I just showed you? What gives? Seriously. Anyway, but I have to mention that I still like this radio. It's just more of an entertaining device than I would think an all-out emergency radio. Even with the dynamo and the solar, it's just not enough with that battery the way it's set up. That's just me personally. If this gets cheaper, then it gets a little bit more desirable. But at $90, it's kind of a maybe buy. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like if you did. Thanks for watching. Of course, subscribe to the bell icon, get notified of future videos, and let me know what you think about this radio in general. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you in my next video.